Ahoy there, mateys. This is Jolly Steve, and time for another video tutorial. The topic of this tutorial is a tour of the Pirate Portal and especially the dashboard. We call this the dashboard. So the Pirate Portal is what you get when you log in to Jolly Roger. It's where you access all of your services, change your settings, check out any phone calls that you got, listen to some recordings. Maybe you've got some funny recordings from scammers calling you. When you first log in, you'll know you're logged in because you'll have your user name up here, and you'll wind up on one of the pages. By default, if it's a new account, you wind up on the My Numbers page. You can change that if you'd rather land up on another page. A lot of people like their first page to be the call log. So you can go to settings, and under settings you can change it and say what page you want. You want it to be your call log. There are tutorials you should check out about each of these pages. So I'm not going to spend too much time on any one page. I'm just going to give you kind of a quick view. So this is the page where you want to be able to change anything associated with your numbers that you have. On this new account, I haven't completed the setup yet. Check out the tutorials we have. There's a getting started for mobile phones tutorial, and I will do the setup that's involved. And then that is followed by a test my phone tutorial. There's a nice feature called test my phone, and you should check out that tutorial, and then this will say test it okay, because you'll learn how to test your phone to be sure that your setup works. So the properties are all under here. When you click on them, this one will ask me to do some setup. That's in the setup video. I'll skip and do that later, but it'll open up and give me all of the settings associated with my line and different kinds of lines if you have a different kind of a phone. Okay, if I said that this was a landline, and I update that, then you will get some different settings when you click on here. The settings will be, oops, skip that, and the settings are a little bit different. Okay, so the My Numbers page is where you can access stuff about your numbers and also stuff about your subscription, renewing, payments history, other information. It's all on your My Numbers page. Okay. Your next page over is your call log, and your call log is where you see any phone call that we have helped in some way. We've touched it, we've reviewed it, we've screened it, we've intercepted it for you. Then you're going to get an entry here, a row in the call log. And right now I've got two of these because I was doing some tests in my prior tutorial. I was testing the setup, and so there's a test call from Jolly Roger system here. If you have recordings, you can click on the play. But I suggest just check out the tutorial about the call log page. You'll learn more about it. Now, you want to be able to specify which numbers always get through, no matter what, and you also have a bunch of numbers that you may want to blacklist. So this is the page where you can set up your own whitelist numbers to let people through, your family and friends, or you can choose options for blacklist options here, and there's in our tutorial about whitelist and blacklist about this page, it'll explain all of these options. Suffice to say that for now that this is the place where you can put in numbers if you want to add in numbers that on your blacklist, or patterns, and a pattern is just a quick way of putting in a bunch of numbers. So check that out. This is where you're going to put all that. Oh, and by the way, you get to test if you're not sure if something will be listed as whitelist or blacklist or neither. Leave it up to us to check in our international database of scammers. Then you can just put it in here and it'll tell you what will happen with that caller ID. Okay, settings page we have, which is a place for all of the things that are tailorable settings. I've got my email by default. Email notifications are set up. I'll set up my time zone by default. When I log in, show me the page first. So lots of settings here for you to configure, get the system just the way you like it. And last but not least, you have a customer profile. You can change your username if you get tired of that. You can change the email that you're using if you get tired of that. It's up to you completely what you want to do on the customer profile page. So thank you very much for checking out this video. There's plenty more in this series for new users, and I hope that you find them very helpful. This is Jolly Steve signing off and jumping overboard.